Hey, what's up everybody? It's Kyle Nick of Mental Golf Type. Welcome to another episode of Quest to be the Best with Tess Hackworthy. And in this episode, we got Tess in town. We saw some range work in the last episode. We're going to take it onto the golf course and really show you some cool application and some things that we're going to do out there. Super powerful exercises, and as always, going to see Tess's entertaining reactions to all of that. So if you haven't subscribed yet, make sure to hit that subscribe button so, again, you can follow along with every episode, get notified when they drop. But all coming up right now, Tess Hackworthy, Quest to be the Best, all coming up. Okay, welcome back. So in this episode, the goal now is to start taking some of this range work and bringing it onto the course. So this is all about how we are seeing targets.
And I just like that big willow tree in the distance for a starting target. Do you like that?
No, I don't like that. The willow tree?
Yeah.
Yeah. What if we said between the bunker and the other bunker?
That wide of a gap?
Do you think you can hit that?
I sure hope I can.
All right.
Okay.
So let's just see. Let's literally just open up our perception that much and trying to see where the flight of the ball is going to fit in there. You know what I mean? How do you see the ball working within those parameters?
Drawing a little, starting a little closer to the right bunker and drawing towards the left.
Okay. So what you can do is just kind of now, like, either picture something out there or just like literally hit it in the clouds.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it's, again, what do you feel good about, like, getting in there and just launching it out there? So the practice swing would reinforce that feeling of everything going out there now. So after you get that clear thing, we want to let everything go out there. Just, again, connecting everything to just launching the ball in that zone.
First drive of the day.
Oof. It's a long ways in that wind.
Gotta loosen up a little bit.
All right. But again, though, just keep connecting how that thing's going to swing through this way. You know what I mean? Or is that thing going through impact into the finish to hit that shot you want to hit? That was really good.
Yeah.
So Tess and Intuitive is definitely better seeing these bigger zones. So, you know, seeing smaller spots and things she's trained herself to do were definitely something that hindered her. And in conversations in past, we were able to really peel those layers back and get down to, like, when she was really struggling in tournaments, you know, that was the thing. She was trying harder and harder to see these smaller spots. So now that we know we need to open up that perception, now I'm going to show her some cool strategies and some things to really help her trigger that, like, on the regular, instead of just saying, like, you know, hit a big zone. Now I'm going to really start showing her how to do that. Tell me when I'm in line with where you see your zone.
That was a big step.
Bruh.
All right, that's
We good? Okay. So again, now when you take your practice swings, make sure you're feeling the ground and you're feeling the club come towards me. Like, you're literally just trying to throw the ball off the face through me. Good. Feeling it?
That was kind of spanked.
That's good, right?
Yeah.
So again, like, what's different about that? Let's keep just identifying, defining it.
I just wasn't even, I didn't have any of that visualization. I was just thinking about what was in front of me.
Right.
You.
Yeah. But again, that's your mission, is like to be aggressive, be athletic, and get everything through here, right?
Okay.
So it can be me, it could be, like you said, Clifford, the big red dog, whatever, Bucky, doesn't matter. Like,
It's
just
now going to be you, since this is the visualization I've had.
okay. Did you feel the prac swings?
Yeah.
So once you see that again, right here, down here, throwing it out to me. So your eyes are always going out with it. Everything's, there you go, good. Like you're literally taking it off the face and launching it out there.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, so poor Kyle. I always have in my mind now just hit Kyle, hit Kyle, hit Kyle. But it's a super awesome visual to have as if he's standing right there. And how easy is it to be to just launch the ball right at him and he's standing 10, 15 yards in front of me. It can't be that hard. And so if I'm getting my ball started on that line towards him standing there, I mean, there's no way my ball can go offline. So that's a super awesome visual for me that I've definitely been practicing. Just really sorry, Kyle, that's always what I have in my mind. Hit Kyle, hit Kyle.
Okay. Like how good is that?
Really good. Yeah.
So again, what's different on that versus like the shot we hit on the hole before?
Okay. On the hole before, I was thinking about a target that was 100 yards further, which essentially gets smaller, I suppose. It's essentially a smaller target.
Yeah, and it's less out of control too when it's got to be way out there.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of time in between. But again, if our mission is we can just literally throw this ball in that direction, assuming you got the right club, it should work out.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, seriously.
Yeah.
I also didn't think about anything in my setup. Like, I kind of just got square to you
Right?
and then swung the club
Right.
versus getting my club head square to a secondary target that's on the ground and then really being careful of where to put my feet,
Right.
which is kind of what I'm used to doing.
Right. So one of the tricks for T is like learning to get her eyes off the ground. Like you hear it all the time saying, you know, I look down.
I just look down. I just look down. Come on, Tess.
She's so conditioned that she's trained herself to look at small spots, which actually goes against her norm. And this is something that she does when she gets stressed. She gets very tunnel vision and starts to guide everything.
That first one, I think I was just like really trying to direct it, and I didn't need to.
Right.
This is a super cool concept that I've learned. I used to always look on the ground, find a secondary target, like a little divot, a little piece of grass, something super small, and like try to really line up my club face to that one little spot. And now keeping my eyes up and finding these bigger zones to try and hit in, it's like exactly what Kyle says during our lesson. He's like, you think you can hit it between those two bunkers? And they were like 40 yards wide, which made this like huge target for me. Like, yeah, I sure hope I can hit it between those. Versus like me, I used to try and be like super precise and hit that one little spot that I was aiming my club face at, which was super hard for me because I had to be so exact. And now with this bigger target, I have so much more freedom to just swing the club.
And also, this gap is just so big, so why shouldn't I be able to hit it?
Right.
I just look down.
So it's like quicksand for T. So, you know, the more she sees those small spots and tries to be precise and starts getting more out of control, the more she goes down that wormhole and starts trying to tighten it up. Whether getting into mechanical thoughts, you know, she just gets down that wormhole where the more she tries, the more she sinks. That's why I call it quicksand. And she starts to get into these patterns where she gets like really loose, out of control, needs to kind of physically calm herself down. So those are the effects that you're seeing, the difference in this, you know, and how we see these targets is such a big deal. And when she sees these bigger targets and feels freer, you know, you can see the result in what she was doing, and definitely hear the language where she says, you know, I kept getting narrower, I'm, you know, looking down and so forth, and that's when things start to really get offer her. But just that awareness and being able to show her the difference is really the key to learning this. And again, truthfully, it's not just something we're going to instantaneously master. Like anything, it needs to be worked on. But when you feel that level of calm and comfort when it's right for you, like you just want to keep going down that path and really getting good at it. And when you can define it, it's really cool. All right, so coming up in the next episode, we are going to go through one of the most important things, which is how you define your thoughts and how you're defining your process, and really like the last thought over the ball. This is where some things can get into a really deep level, and this is kind of the next step. So thank you for watching. We'll see you in the next episode.
I need to, should I like breathe out or something
Breaths help.
before I swing?
Yeah, that helps.
Relax a little?
You can relax.